everybody. Morning, or good evening, good night, wherever you may be in this world. Um, um, Thank you for all your prayers and watching my channel and giving me likes and all that stuff. And thank you for the new subscribers. I really appreciate you. Um, Hopefully, I can bring you good content when I get out of this facility, which looks like it's going to be tomorrow. Doctor was just in a little bit ago, and he gives me one more day on IV antibiotics, and then tomorrow I'll be out of here by the afternoon, I hope, and I'll be back home, which will be a good thing because I come in here about 11 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, and so I'll be here almost a week, just shy of a week by one day. So I asked him about the cultures. Nothing was in my blood, so it was some sort of cellulitis. Probably touched my nose, touched something, and rubbed my eye, and then there you go. It's hard telling where I got it. You just have no idea these days. Could have got it from a doorknob. Who knows? So it is what it is. I can't. I'm not gonna complain. They took care of me. As you can see, both eyes are open. When I came in, couldn't see out of my right eye. When I drove, I had to hold it open like this with my other hand so I could see where I was going. It was bad. It was bad. I just could have done without that. But, I can't. I've learned through life that it don't do no good to complain. What's happened, and you can't change it. I remember when I got MRSA in my knee, I was so upset. I was just anxiety through the roof, and my blood pressure was high, and just, I just didn't want to be here. But and it took like four. I was in the hospital 7 days in, and it took 4 days for me to calm down, or to accept what it was. I got it. I had to have surgery. It is what it is. I can't change it. And through life, you just, when bad things happen, you just, unfortunately, you have to accept it and move on. It's just, you have to, it's just the way it is. Sometimes life is just not fair in a lot of different ways. And you just have to accept it, pray about it, ask God for direction, patience, and just move on, Just move on. There's just certain things in life that we can't control, and we're not meant to control them. That's just the way it is. So anyway, like I said, I get to go home tomorrow. They'll pull this thing out of my neck and all that good stuff, and then I'll have oral antibiotics to take when I go home, and then I'm sure I'll have to follow up with my personal physician over time and make sure everything's good. So that's it on the medical front. I get to go home tomorrow. I had one person write, and I mentioned I was going to do a video on epoxy, and they're having trouble with the bubbles in epoxy. First thing you can do to keep from getting bubbles in an epoxy is make sure your epoxy is in its normal temperature range, which the bottom side is 70 degrees top side about 80-85 degrees. And then if you're doing crafts, I'm not talking large scale, but crafts where you stir it by hand, stir it slowly, 5 to 10 minutes. Make sure you get it mixed up really well. You stir it slowly, because the faster you stir it, the more bubbles it'll make. And then after you pour it, this is where I had trouble, is I wanted the bubbles to be there right there as I poured it so I could do something else. Well, it doesn't work that way. It takes time for them bubbles to, as it starts the chemical reaction in it, the bubbles float to the top. So you give it 5 to 10 minutes, and I've used both a heat gun and a propane torch. The only thing with a propane torch, you gotta be careful that you don't burn the epoxy and get it too hot, because then that changes the chemical format of it and it won't cure right. And also you have a chance of scorching your silicone mold, and once you do that, the mold's no good. Trust me. And if you get it too hot, the epoxy, then it actually literally burns into the silicone mold, and then the mold is no good because it rips apart, because now that epoxy resin is burnt into the mold. Trust me. I had one of my letter molds that I was trying to get the bubbles out of, and I scorched it, and when it all dried, I couldn't get the letters out. I ruined the mold, so I ended up having to buy a new mold. So if you use a torch, be careful. And you can do the same thing with a heat gun if you get the epoxy too hot. So but yeah, you just want to then, if you use a torch, you just want to quickly go over it several times, and then bubbles will pop, and you can get most of them out. The only truly way you can get all your bubbles out, if you buy one of them vacuum pressure things. I don't know the exact name of them, but they remind me of a pressure cooker. You put after you stir it, you stir your epoxy, you put it in this container which seals it up, and you turn on a machine and it vacuum packs it, and it pulls all them bubbles out and pops them. That's the only true way to get all your bubbles out. So they range anywhere from $100 on up. So if you can afford one of them, that's a true way to get your bubbles out of your products. A lot of times if you use powders and different things like that, the bubbles don't matter. You don't see them, especially the tiny ones. But it's when you try to do clear stuff is where the bubbles matter, because it can ruin your project. Because if you use lighted things like I do, like the lighted crosses and stuff, then bubbles show right up. And to me, that's an imperfection. And if I'm selling somebody something, I don't like it to have any imperfections. I want it to be perfect, which that's a downfall. I'm a perfectionist. I want my stuff to be perfect for my customers. And that's just the way just the way I am. When I drove truck, all my paperwork had to be perfect for the girls or for the people in the office. So when they look through my paperwork and have any problem seeing what I wrote down or what I turned in, it's all there in order, in line. All my ducks are in a row, and it's just the way I am. So just when you're working with epoxy resin, usually you got anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes of work time from the time you mix it. So if you mix it and you stir it for 10 minutes, you still got 30 minutes to work with it. And if you've got everything set up in order on what you're doing, it works real well. But before you start your project, get everything set up, so once you mix it, you can mix it, add your pigment if you're going to put coloring in it or whatever you're going to put in it. That way you can just stir it up real quick. Also, it really helps if you get a scale. You can buy these little scales that go up to like 17, 18 ounces. They're about 20 bucks. They're a lot better than if you do it, measure it by weight than by like measurement, because the one product is heavier than the other, and it always, since I've been using a scale, my stuff comes out the way it's supposed to. When I was using it by measurement, I would have one where it was either soft, it wouldn't harden. So get a small scale, about 20 bucks, and go by measurement or go by weight instead of by measurement. It'll work better for you. So there you go. Also, I've had some people want me to mention about doing a live. I've never done a live, so when I get ready to do one, maybe y'all can give me some pointers on how to do one and be successful at it, because I would really like to do that. I would like to really have a live and some place where we can all come to and have a good time, and no drama. I don't want any drama. Life is full of drama as it is just in a normal life. Now, if the subject matter for whatever the live might be, is about drama, well, then we'll bring all the drama in. But just depending on what, if it's a free, if it's a free chat, I just soon not have a bunch of drama. So just putting that out there. I'm looking to have clean chats, no hate, none of that stuff. There's enough in the world today. So, well, I'm running close to 13 minutes. So
we're gonna check your sugar.
All right. Well, gotta go. People here check my sugar. Talk to you later. Bye.